What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah? Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah? Keep listening.
Well, a very, very happy Monday to you, and welcome into welcome to another incredibly happy edition of your show. I am still your host, Gary. This still, as far as we know, the only show originating out of Saskatoon, going live 4 to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, scheduled viewing right here where everyone goes for their content on YouTube. We're always so thankful and grateful to have you along. That voice you heard there, that was my main man, LB, the Rider Outsider. Not a big fan. There's a reason we always talk about Garfield. You know, he's on to something. Like Mondays, man. Oof. But for some reason today, not as bad. Not as bad as I think a lot of people are trying to make it out to be. And we're going to try to cheer you up a little bit later on the show as we'll talk a little bit about baseball. Because boy, oh boy, I'm telling you right now, that was a statement from your Toronto Blue Jays. They did a lot of great things, and we're going to celebrate them, and they set things up for so much success down the road. I'm saying this could be a dynasty, man. We could be looking at that Jays dynasty. You could be used to playoff baseball around this country for a while. So a lot of good things to focus on. But before we get to anything else, it is time, because she just got so cute here. This is how we thank you for helping us come on the air here each and every day and put out all these incredible shows and do all of the cool stuff that we do. And all with the one goal of making the world a better place, reminding people the golden rules, man. Treat others how you want to be treated, and then everything just works itself out. That's how you end up with a studio like this. I say it all the time. If you want something this cool, this creative, you have to have the help of everybody that you've met over the last 25 years, literally, and that's how we go. So that's why this place has become the hyper-local voice of Saskatoon, and we're so damn proud. And to thank you for coming along on this crazy ride, we now proudly present it to you, the Maggie Cam. Look at that cute little rascal right there. God, she's so amazing. We had a couple days there where she was real janked up. She couldn't walk, and I was carrying her everywhere, and it was super scary, and I got all sad, and I didn't sleep because I spent all my time cuddling her, trying to make sure she's okay. And then she just jumped out of it. I'm not sure what went down, but her back was just out of whack. But she's here, she's good, and everything's fine. That's why it's a good Monday. And it gets even better if you head on over to Pet Planet on 8th Street. They are your pet's natural grocer. That's where Marge goes to shop, not just because her boyfriend Leroy works the dog there. The door there. There it is. But also because of the service. Okay? Right when you walk in, you say hi to Leroy. Mike and or Rochelle will help you out with all of your shopping needs. And everything you've ever needed is there. Meg, she loves to go right up to those toy walls. They got 2 giant toy walls in there and pick one out. It's always better that way because you know the dog is going to play with it. You know the dog's going to love that toy. And then she helps herself to some treats because they got buckets of treats strewn throughout the store all over the place. And as you know, puppies love treats. They also got bones on sale every Tuesday and Thursday, so you can stock up on your bones for your pet, which is always nice. They got fridges in the back for the raw food diet if you're looking to change over. And they also have an entire wall, front to back, all the way down, full of all the dry foods from all the best dry food makers there for you. And they also have the greatest spa in the history of any pet store right in the back. Okay, super affordable. Pop your dog in, harness them down, then it's soap, rinse, blow dry, all contained within that basin. It's the best deal in town. And again, the people, man. We always talk about supporting really, really good people. This is the perfect storm of really, really good people with a really, really good local business. And that's who we want to promote, and that's who we want to support. Because everyone's talking about how you got to be local now, okay? And then you're lucky if you go local and you find good people, too. And the fact that Mike and Rochelle are pulling that off is so cool. They also got the matching buckle-up collars and leashes. I got one up on the set here, and Marge just loves my little Spider-Man one. They're all the rage. Like all your favorite TV shows, cartoons, movies, all that stuff. And they got medicines there. They got an entire aisle dedicated to fashion, okay? And if none of that is enough to convince you. How about this? They're also open after hours and on weekends because they care. They know you work hard. They know you can't get there during business hours. They stay open late for you and on weekends so you can get all of that stuff that you need for your pet, thanks to Kirsten and Chris. So if you're looking to support local, you're looking to change over, you're looking to support really good human beings, this is the pet store for you. I promise you. That is Pet Planet on 8th Street. They are your pet's natural grocer. Well done, Marge. She's dozing right off. Look at that. What a cute puppy. You may have saw something very exciting there at the bottom of the screen as we have welcomed a new family member into the damn studios. Can I use it right now, LB? Oh, this is so cool. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to our latest sponsor, our newest best friend, our proudest family member. Right up here. Oh, it's going to go. Look out. Yeah, Burns Pizza. We love us some Burns. They're doing some stuff with our Twitch stream, which is super exciting as well. We're promoting the heck out of them here because, and the perfect. I'll tell you more when we get to the live reads edition of this show. But I will say, Burns Pizza, my dad and myself, shout out to the greatest dad ever, the bottom line. He loves the thick pizza. You know the thick pizza. You know the Burns Pizza. And for a long time, it was tough for us to win as a family because my mom didn't like all the thick pizza. She wanted something different. And then they came out with a regular size pizza. So now everyone's happy. You can order one thick one, order one regular one, and then they got all the other amazing options in there. It's so cool. And co-op gas bars, man. Pick them up over there too. So love our friends over at Burns. We'll tell you more coming up a little bit later, but very happy to have them on board as we continue to grow here and continue to promote really good people doing really good business. Speaking of really good people, we had another chat with one of my favorite human beings on earth. This was back on Friday as the NBA is in full swing. So we thought we'd check in with our very, very good buddy. Let's find out who he is, shall we? He has returned, one of our favorite guys in the universe. His name is Ian Goodwillie. He writes all the time, specifically for A Royal Pain, which is the website, I believe. Did I nail it? I'm getting it. See? Sacramento Kings. I almost said Queens. I felt, I almost shacked it. Not funny?
Sounds like something Shaq would say. I mean, let's be honest.
It was something else. Boy, oh boy, you say that nowadays, it'd be a lot different of a response, I think, too, hey?
Yeah.
Different world.
Different world.
Here, here. So this guy shows up, and we talk some basketball because we like having baseball guys. We got hockey guys. It's our basketball guy. And I always appreciate it because I'm a big basketball fan. I never get to really talk about it. So
yeah,
it's nice to check in and see how the league is looking. And we can start with the Raptors because, boy, oh boy, 138 points in their first game. You had Shaq and Chuck saying, oh, man, these guys are looking great. I love this team. And then they go out and lose, what, 3 or 4?
Yeah, everyone
in a row.
since. Yeah, it hasn't been great. But you know what? I mean, Brandon Ingram is still, like, he was injured for a long time. He's still really new to the team. Yeah. There's a lot to figure out for them, and they have gone through some significant changes over the past couple of years.
Big time.
And then injuries keep hanging them up, keep causing them problems. So, I mean, I feel like we keep saying we got to give them time. You know what I mean?
It's been a while.
We keep saying that, but we do have to give them time. And I think they'll find a rhythm. Like, I don't know how well they're going to do this year, but I think they're going to find a rhythm. And I still believe once we get towards that trade deadline, they're going to end up having to make a couple of moves. Yeah. They're going to have to make some serious decisions about what they need and what they don't need.
What's the identity going to be?
Exactly. They're going to have to go forward from there. But I think personally, I know it doesn't look good right now. I think they're in a better position than a lot of people feel right now after this record.
That. You're making me feel pretty good. Oh. More specifically, the kid, the rookie, Murray Bowles or something like that. What's his name? Murray Bowles.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look it up.
He's on the Raptors. Yeah. I mean
that draft. When everyone's like, "Oh, they had the video of him getting drafted." We talked about this before.
Yeah, he looked unhappy.
He was very sad to be going to the Raptors. And then it looks like he's developing pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I always hesitate to get upset at moments like that because we are literally talking about children having a camera shoved in their face.
Yeah. Colin Murray Boyles.
There we go. Colin Murray Boyles. That's a name. Wow.
Isn't that something?
Sounds like he's like an English detective.
CMB for short. That's what the announcers were calling.
Of course they do, because that's what all the nicknames are now. People's initials. We think those are nicknames
we
now.
Ran out of creativity.
Yeah. We used to call people like The Answer. And things like that. Now we just go with the initials.
Oh, man, I miss Allen Iverson.
I do, too.
Dude, what a guy.
Oh my God! What a
So
player.
we got the rookie, the kid's looking good.
Yeah.
Ingram's looking like he's coming around. It looks like there's a good core. I see what you're saying with RJ and Scotty. And you got all that going on. Quick, my man
Absolutely.
Isaiah. IQ's a pretty good nickname.
And see, that's where the initials actually work though. That works in his favor. It's not just
it goes both ways.
Here's initials. I'm like, yeah, I get it. His initials are SGA. This is the best we could come up with for Shea.
For the best player on the planet right now.
One of the greatest players. Like he is now a historic level player.
Yep.
And the best we could do was SGA.
Someone like SG Lame, am I right?
Boom!
Nailed it.
It did it.
That's okay. Let's move over to OKC, defending champs. You got a Canadian kid, literally balling out. I just said, best on planet Earth right now. The guy's doing everything.
And another Canadian kid who's one of the best defenders on earth in basketball. Lou Dort. Oh, I love that man.
Man,
built like a grizzly bear. Swear to God,
it's crazy. And he's so fun to watch. Big and strong, and doesn't put up with any shit. He'll go out and take care of it.
Oh yeah,
I love that. So Team Canada, by the way, looking very good. Every year it gets better and better, I think.
Yeah, I think they're stronger and stronger contenders all the time. I'm happy that Dylan Brooks is on our team because I don't want to have to deal with him. Yeah. He's an annoying human being.
Another Canadian, by the way.
I respect his game, but like Draymond Green, he's mostly just annoying.
Yeah, like Dennis Rodman levels, hey? Minus all the rebounding. I'm talking like
minus the rebound,
the personality,
and the groping, the constant groping. Dennis constantly groped people under, like he was just groping at people, and they would lose their minds.
Yeah, you can't be that good at rebounding without doing something different. And when you're that size too, right?
Yeah, that.
If you're gonna be out rebounding guys like 2 or 3 feet taller than you, you have to be.
They didn't call him DR; they called him the Worm. That was a great nickname for him.
Another great nickname, the Glove. Gary Payton. Love that guy.
Exactly.
My name is Gary Payton, but they call me the Glove. There was an NBA hip hop crossover CD that I had, and the Glove was on there. That was the hook. Was my name is Gary Payton, but they call me the Glove.
Should we do that and get Dame Dollar on there?
Updated version.
He needs something to do while he's recovering. Make a new rap album. Him, Tyrese, and Tatum can do it together while they're all recovering from the same injury. They're all number 0 too. No one with number 0 should play basketball. You're going to blow out something.
Not cool.
Nope.
I'm trying to think of other ways. Like, my name is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, but they call me SGA. Doesn't have the same ring to it.
Wah, wah. Yeah. That's how that ends.
It's a bad beat right there.
It's not great.
It's a bad beat.
You can't string together a good bar with that, man.
Never. No. OKC. Are they legit? Is this the start of a Bulls-esque run? Or could we be looking back to back to back type of thing? Because I feel like that core locked in and they're playing good ball.
I mean, it's been a minute since we've had a repeat, right?
Absolutely.
And
very hard to do.
It's very hard to do in today's NBA. I think if anyone's going to, it's OKC. Their talent are all young.
That's what I mean.
They are a young team, and their GM is an incredibly savvy guy. He's got so many draft picks lying around that he can just keep restocking with young talent. Like he can go get.
You can pick and choose.
Like if he decides he wants Cooper Flagg, he can call Dallas up, be like, here are 50 draft picks. Are they going to say no? Most likely not.
No.
Like they're just not going to say no to that. Yep. So, I mean, that's what it is with OKC. Is it's not just what they have now. They have the potential to keep restocking the shelves with incredible players for the next several years. Yeah. So how they play it all, and unless their GM goes away suddenly, I don't see that. They're one of the best managed teams I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Period.
And that says a lot.
It does.
For sure. So I just asked because we drafted them in our Ultimate Fantasy League.
Yeah.
And very, very excited. We got them for $35, which is unheard of for like
a
favorite and a defending champion. Like there was other teams like, who was another big one? It wasn't Boston. There was another one that was like went for 33, and there was like a huge gap in between.
Weird.
Yeah. So sometimes you just get lucky in those drafts, and we definitely
Boston's not going to have a great season. It's going to be a tough one.
As you're wearing the jersey, I was going to ask.
Boston, I like certain players. That's more what this is about. But at the same time, I feel for them because Tatum's injured, and they had a fire sale of all their players to stay under the cap so they didn't get screwed up. Like the league would have just taken them to school.
Yeah.
If they hadn't. So they lost a ton of great players, both on the front line and the bench.
Yeah.
And so now you got Brown trying to hold it together. It's going to be a rough season, right? Until Tatum's back and they can start figuring out how to rebuild. I feel for that. I feel for Boston because they were, and that's the only thing that might hold OKC back is because there's a lot of players like Holmgren and stuff that are looking at big paydays coming real soon. And the question will be for OKC, how long can they maintain this group? And that's where the trade picks are going to save them.
Exactly.
Because if they can't keep somebody, they can let them go, trade them off, do whatever needs to be done, and then hit the draft and pick up a couple of new young guns and they can make it work. But
very versatile.
Man, they're very versatile, but they're going to be caught in that position very soon too, where they're going to start hitting salary caps and it's going to get ugly.
Yeah, Boston is a great reminder of how that can happen as well.
Absolutely,
for sure. That's a good point.
They should be a contender. If it wasn't for injuries, they would have been. They would have had more titles.
All they've ever needed is Tatum and Brown.
Yep.
When you break it down, I guess that's
the core.
Yeah, exactly. Like those role guys like Drew Holiday, who's out, and like all these other guys, all great complementary guys. But without Tatum, for me, it's more of a statement on how good Tatum is.
Well, you got to add Derek White in there too. You can't forget about Derek.
Yeah, everywhere he went, he's so fun to watch.
Especially since he shaved his head, because that hairline was disturbing. But sometimes he gets forgotten, but there's a lot of people that believe that he's more integral to the Celtics' success than Tatum and Brown are. And as long as they've got him and one of the others, they're, in a good spot.
Afloat,
yeah. And I think but if you've got that trio together, they are a machine. Yeah. And that's what you build around. And as long as they can maintain that going into Tatum's return, they have potential to be threatening again. But it's going to depend on how it works out for them. I don't know.
That's a good point. I like, Marge is getting a little whiny. Might want to go outside there. Okay. Close things out. What are you liking? What are you seeing? What do we need to know about with the NBA? Anything crazy going on?
I think we got to keep an eye on the Bucks this year. Oddly enough,
the Bucks.
Giannis was out, and they've got this young gun who is just destroying. He put up 25 points in the last game, career high. Last night, no Giannis on the court. They beat the Warriors by 10 points. He puts up 32 points.
Crazy.
Like, they've built something. And now and also taking Miles Turner from the Pacers.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's huge for them. And I don't think people underestimate Turner. They know what he's about at this point. But he is an incredible player. They've built something there. Like, they've lost a lot. Like, they let Dame go.
Yeah.
But no disrespect meant to Dame. But they weren't going anywhere with him because he was injured 80% of the time. And when he was on the court, inconsistent at best.
Yeah. He's not that guy we saw in Portland that would take over games and launch threes from the center, from the logo.
He was never quite the same guy he was on the Bucks that he was on the Blazers. And I think he's going to have a better, once he's healed, I think he's going to have a better time back there with what they've built.
Yeah.
The only problem I have with the Bucks is they're just stacking Antetokounmpos now. They have like 3. Like they got Thanasis and one of the other brothers. He's got more brothers. Like is their goal all Antetokounmpo line? Like, let's just put out a whole bunch of Greek guys and see what happens.
I think that whole thing is just to make sure Giannis doesn't want to leave, right?
You know what the crazy part is about Thanasis? A lot of people, like, they call it Thanasis time when he gets put in at the end, whether either really far ahead or really far behind.
Who was the old guy? The human victory cigar in Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
What was his name? Yoshits or something like that? Dochits? Anyway.
But this is the thing with Thanasis. He was in a car accident many years ago, right? And from what I understand, he was a better baller than Giannis has ever been in his prime. But the accident banged him up, and so he doesn't play as well as he used to. He still plays well enough to be around, but he's not the guy he used to be.
Yeah.
Like if it hadn't been for that accident, he might have eclipsed Giannis.
Which is crazy to think about.
It is insane to think about that.
Giannis is a pretty good basketball player.
Yeah, he's okay. He's good.
He's good. And we're good. His name is Ian Goodwill. A Royal Pain is where he writes. You still putting up 100 articles a day?
I think I cleared 130 this month.
Guy. Hell of a writer, hell of a man, hell of a male model. And I'm looking forward to his next fashion show because every time this guy walks the runway, heads turn. Dude, thank you so much. Always a pleasure. We'll check in again in a little bit and we'll keep everyone up to date in the world of basketball. There you go, the great Ian Goodwill in the house as we continue here on the Monday edition of your show. Head engineer, face that built the place, Mr. Everything. Totally on top of all of our cameras that are being worked on right now. Oh, I do want to send a very, very special shout out to our buddy Kyle and his lovely wife as they gave us some really good news there that we can't really talk about, but you're going to hear all about it tomorrow through media release. I don't think we've ever been in a media release before. Have you ever been in a media release?
Me personally, I think so, but I don't think...
Oh, yeah, Fireside. You're sort of a big deal. That's fair. You've done tours, not just news releases. You've done media tours.
I have, yes.
So you're sort of a veteran. This is a first for us.
You've definitely been in media releases.
I don't think I have, man. Why would anyone be media?
Because you worked in
me?
media for 25 years.
Yeah, but did you ever do anything that required an entire media release? Like this is really.
You might not
huge
have
news
known
coming
about
tomorrow.
the media release.
Maybe
but
that's
yeah.
what it is. Either way, be on the lookout tomorrow. Dufferin Ave Media Network. Got some big news we're going to be sharing, and it's going to be.
If you watch our socials, it'll be on there.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. It's LB, my guy, host of the 13th Melon, getting set to go for the big Western Final this Saturday, taking on the BC Lions.
Yes. I'm getting a sense of deja vu.
You were telling me that Grandpa wanted the Stamps to win. You had to smack.
Yeah, we were texting about it, and he says it's a shame the Stamps didn't win. And I said, why? The Stamps beat us twice. They have the season series against us. We almost beat BC in our last matchup with mostly backups. So
well, as many as you can put out there in the CFL.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I mean, I don't know. I'm happy with the BC matchup.
Yeah,
you know,
me too. I think it's going to be fantastic. 5 o'clock kickoff, getting ready to go. 5:30. We start at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, it's a 5:30 kickoff. 5 o'clock show
game
start
day
for
feast
13th Melon.
rolls in at 5, and we talk about that while we destroy it. And we got the top. I moved the top down over a little bit for CCO as well, so it's going to be a little more centered, which will be kind of fun. Yeah, we did good. We did not bring you on to talk about that though, as we talk about all the time. Specifically, for example, over on our Tuesday show, which will be tomorrow, our All That Angst edition of your show, I'd like to talk to the boys about sports stuff because a lot of them aren't really into sports, and they give the point of view that you, the viewer right now, have with a lot of these things. And I always say there's so much value in that. And that brings us to you with the World Series, my friend. You're not a full-time fan, but you're definitely a fan of the Jays and some baseball.
This run has made me a casual fan.
And a lot of people are saying the same thing.
I never really was a big baseball guy. I always thought it was kind of boring. And then I started watching it with this Jays run, and I was like, oh, like once you actually dig into this a little bit and really get into it, it's not quite as boring as you originally think.
Like most things. And with that, being able to go on this ride with you, I was sort of your baseball Sherpa, as you're always texting me questions about all the different stuff, and it makes me so happy that you're learning.
And thank you for that, by the way.
Thank you for asking. It's so nice to spread the good word of baseball. You see it every Wednesday here since this run started, man, with our all the way round table. We go so hard on the baseball because we love it so much. And it's one of those, it's a beautiful game, man. And to see it played at this level, to see the Jays take it to extra innings in the 7th game, so many people are so distraught and so upset. And I'm telling anyone who will listen, no, you can't be distraught. Like, we were watching at my parents' place, like both my brothers, my niece and nephew are over there, and my dad and Heidi, my brother's lovely wife. And we were watching it, and the second that Kirky grounded in that double play, everyone's, oh, F this, F that, oh, rah, 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 so angry. My poor nephew's crying. Like, he's just distraught that they lost. Like, everybody calm down. The start of this year, this team didn't have a chance. Not just to get to the World Series. That wasn't even a thought. Just to make the playoffs, just to scratch their way in. And then to see the guys that got you there, to see what we will see next year. This is what's going to happen. Trey Savage is going to have a full season. He showed up, man. This guy's doing stuff no one's seen before. He's unbelievable. To throw him in the mix, and you have starters now. Ernie Clement as a starter. Addison Barger as a starter. These guys are starters. Ernie Clement broke the record for most hits in a playoff. He was playing in the minor leagues last year. He was a guy no one even talked about in the Jays organization.
Like you guys were talking about how they missed out on a bunch of the free agents that they wanted in the offseason and everything. They just pulled them up from the minors. Who needs them?
Guess where those guys went? To the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because that's what they do. Yeah. And so the fact that they even got there, the fact they had numerous opportunities to win this thing over and over again. It's so much hope for the future. And man, it all starts and ends with Bo Bichette, though. You have to sign Bo Bichette. Him hitting that dinger off with one leg. It was Kirk Gibson-esque back in the old Dodger days. Coming off the bench with one leg and socking a dinger and doing the fist pump that's still, talked about to this very day. He had that moment. And if this team doesn't sign him, boy, oh boy. He's such a glue guy. This whole team, man, they're a family. And the future looks so unbelievably bright.
Well, these guys are all young, too. I mean, Vladdy's, 26?
Yeah.
And,
and that's the other thing.
There's so many young guys on the team, too.
all of those guys we mentioned before, the Ernie Clements and the Miles Straws and the Addison Bargers, all these guys, Nathan Lucas, like they didn't exist in the world of not just like normal Jays fans, but like a little bit deeper, like a little bit more hardcore Jays fans. Those names didn't matter. Those were nothing going into this year. Dare I say it was the opposite. People were still complaining that they traded for those guys. You gave away who for this? These guys are not even going to be a part of this team. And those guys carried you to a World Series.
I mean, without those guys, you're not.
Yeah, you're not doing anything. So with that in mind, you also asked about the pitches.
Yes, because I understand some of the basics, but like it goes a lot more in depth than
it really
does. I understand.
And we did, to be fair, we always love to pull back the curtain here. This is the best part of going live. You're always real. There's no bullshit here.
Yeah.
So we recorded about a 17-minute segment before this show and forgot to switch on the microphone. So I did this great comparison, and I was all...
It was a fantastic
so
lesson.
good, yeah. And then I don't think I can do it justice
We
now.
should just pull the video up, and then you can narrate it. You can just narrate it.
We should have did that. That would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
But the basic is, and this is a nice little learning moment to follow along at home. So you start with your 4 basic pitches, and this is what it's been for a long, long time. You got your fastball, then you got your curveball, maybe a slider, maybe a changeup. Those are your big 4. And then over time, and this goes back to when, and we were talking about Yoshi as well, Yamamoto coming in and being able to pitch after just pitching. And like, no one's allowed to go that hard anymore because guys have jumped the shark when it comes to pitching. It's the most unnatural movement you can do with the human body is throwing a pitch. And so everyone has gotten so strong and so good at it. I use good in the, air quotes because you're so good at it until you go too hard and you pop. Like everyone's got a bomb in their elbow and they're just waiting for it to go. That's sort of where we're at. Where back in the day, going 125, 150 pitches a game was normal. That was just what you did.
Well, when all the pitches were 20 miles slower?
Oh yeah.
Easily.
All of that stuff. And then you get to these Japanese players who throw 7, 8 different types of pitches, and they throw forever. In Japan, they average 120, 130 pitches per outing. That's what you do. So for Yoshi to do that, that wasn't anything big. But the beauty of it is when you start with those, that's fine. And then you get the variations as guys start to get creative. And it's all about deception. That's basically what it is, playing off of those 4 pitches. So with the fastball alone, you can have your 2-seam, you can have a split finger, you can have a 4-seam, you can have running fastballs, and it's all about movement and all that stuff. Your 4-seam is your classic. That's the one that goes straight. That's the one you throw hard.
Yeah.
Everything else sort of goes and you put movement on it. But it's all about starting there. So when and this is what makes the Savage so impossible to hit. Everyone's used to looking here. This is a normal arm slot.
Yeah.
So if you're throwing here, that's where the guys are looking. And then if you come in and you're Trey Savage and you say, you know what, I'm going to start throwing it from up here.
Yeah.
Instead of having like a 7-foot arm slot, he's got it up at like 9.
Yeah.
So guys are already confused and looking up. And then he doesn't have to throw that hard because of that sort of that
there's
idea.
Such an angle difference.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it throws everything off as a hitter. And so you're trying to pick up the pitch up here. He only throws 93, 94. But when you're throwing it from up here, it's a lot different because it's not coming from here. So that alone is a new type of pitch.
Yeah.
And then you get into the off-speed pitches, which is your curveballs, your sliders, your knuckles, your changeups. And the idea being, like a changeup, perfect example of how you're going to throw it like it's a fastball. It's going to look like a fastball to the hitter. Everything looks the same, except you manipulate it so it takes off just a couple miles per hour, just enough for him to be like, oh no, and have to reach. And that's why a changeup is so deadly. And then you get into your curveballs. You got a 12-6, which will drop 12-6. You got a sweeping curveball. And then you can get into slurs, which is a slider curve mix. And a slider is just a harder curveball. Mm-hmm. And that's basically it. And then off of those, you go into knuckles, and everyone else is changing. They get that gyro ball that someone brought in not too long ago, which is basically, it's like a 40-mile-per-hour pitch. And guys, it's so slow that you can't do it. But if you're going to be a good pitcher, you want to make sure you have different velo for each of these different things. So it's always giving the guy something to think about. Yeah. And that's sort of the basis of it. But to see a guy like Yamamoto come in and do what he did, it's not surprising because they still do that in Japan. Yeah. That's the Japanese way. So it's very, very interesting to see. And we also talked about relievers.
Yes.
When you got starters, when you're going 6, 7 innings, you have to have more than 2 or 3 pitches because you have to give them different looks. But when you're a reliever, you specialize in 1 or 2 pitches because you're only going in there for an inning. Right. So that's why that sort of, it breaks down. So when you have a reliever coming in, they're not going to have that full dynamic setup and all these different options for you to be thinking about.
Yeah.
So when you bring in a Yoshi Yamamoto into a reliever spot, not only are you having to deal with a guy who is incredible at pitching, but he has so many different ways to pitch to you, and that's what made him so deadly. And that mixed with being a Japanese pitcher, knowing that his arm is basically elastic and can go as long as you want, it's crazy stuff. So
that's like, I'd be interested to see like statistics comparing like injury rates in the Japanese leagues versus the majors.
I would love that as well, because I'm telling you, and at some point you think it would have to catch up in Japan, right? Like there's like why over
or are
here,
they doing something different with their training programs?
Maybe that's
like
what it is,
like
too.
if they're throwing every day, all day for their whole lives, it's just a buildup? You know what I mean?
That's it, for sure. And one more thing before we get to our final guest of the day. The ball being stuck underneath the fence. There's been a lot of talk, a lot of people saying, what the F, this, that. This whole thing, all year it's been called that way. The second the ball stops, when it gets lodged and stops, that ball is dead. So that is a dead ball. You go to 2, you go to 3. There's the right call. I know it sucked because the guy just pulled it right out, but
that's the thing that got me. See, without knowing the rules, when they call it lodging or it was lodged, I'm like, that ball wasn't lodged. Like
pulled it right out.
You know what I mean? Like,
but it died. Like the odds of that happening are
now
so
that you explain
insane.
it, like, oh, it stopped. Okay, that makes sense. But maybe they need to change the rule name or something.
Well, yeah, that. And the bigger thing is you still had runners on second and third with none out.
Yeah, and then
you still had numerous opportunities. And then the base running, like there's little things. If you're going to complain about anything, you can complain about the base running. But like even IKF coming home, everyone says, you have to have a bigger lead. No, dude, this base is loaded, 1 out. If you get doubled off, the season's done. Like you have to be on top of these things.
Yeah.
And he was told, like, don't get a big lead. You can't have a big lead because if he hits this hard, you're getting doubled up. That's how it goes.
Exactly. Like if he had the big lead and then got doubled out or whatever, then people would have been like, why did you have such a big lead? So
damned if you do, damned if you don't. And like he could have been safe. Like it looked like that foot was off so with the catcher. Yeah. And unfortunately, according to my dad, the Jays couldn't challenge it because they'd already used their challenge or something like that. Yeah. So there's a lot of these variables.
That's one thing I noticed. I mean, I'm a football guy, right?
Yes,
like I know football, and like your challenge, like you only challenge if it's like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was noticing as I've been watching, they just like challenge just for shits and giggles.
Well, playoffs are a little bit different.
Yeah,
they give them extra challenges and stuff like that. During the regular season, it's a little more pick and choose.
Yeah.
But it was wild, man. And you said something that made me so happy was the online reaction of fans.
Yeah.
The majority of people are in the same boat that I am. Like, holy crap.
Yeah, they were all like, "Damn, this sucks," but like
so proud and so pumped for next year.
Nobody expected this. I'm here next year, you know.
Man, this team next year, as long as they sign Bo is a huge thing that they got to get done. But they got to sign Bo, and then guess what? This team could be back at a bunch of World Series to come because young core, wily veterans, like everything you need to be successful. And they proved it. They have it, and they play the game the right way. So, to Jays fans out there, be proud. That run was unbelievable. And now next year, it's not going to be an unbelievable run because it's going to be expected.
Yeah.
And that's what this team can do. So go, Jays, go. And so happy to have you on board as a fan. Again, casual fan. But after 162 games next year, we'll be talking again about how that casualness turns into diehard because, isn't that crazy? They played 18 playoff games. So 180 games played this year.
I wonder what their viewership stats looked like between the regular season and the playoffs.
It's a great question.
Because, I mean, it went probably from just your hardcore fans to 40 million people in the playoffs.
The entire country, for sure. Yeah. Amazing. His name's LB. We love him. Host of the 13th Melon. 5 o'clock this Saturday, West Final going on. Riders versus the Lions. Bro, thank you so much. I'm going to pop this in here.
Next time on Baseball 101, tune in to hear Gary explain all the stats.
Here we go.
Because I don't understand any of that.
Oh, man. Baseball is a game of stats, my friend. That's all they do. Do we have the transmitter on? I didn't even look over there. My man, thank you very much. As we continue here on the Monday edition of your show, just chatted with my main man, Ian Goodwillie, who we love so much, getting us caught up with everything basketball. LB in here talking about the Jays. And then our final guest will be joining us by Zoom today. And we will be checking in with him right away. But first and foremost, I want to get some live reads in because I'll tell you one thing. When it comes to promoting this city, we love to do it. We love talking about the city, promoting it, and the people within it, all the good people doing good stuff. And that brings us to our friends over at Bugsy's, first off. Do the 69 at Bugsy's, all right? Pick up a passport, Market Mall or Lawson Heights locations, 69 different flavors. Still number one on the power rankings list for me, the Sweet Pickle Heat, which you'll find right there. LB just found his new number one, the Flamin' Butter Chicken. 69 different flavors. Go Tuesday and Thursday, okay? Over half price off, you can knock out a bunch of these. Once you get all 69 knocked out, you win the shirt right here. I did the 69 at Bugsy's. That's the Ruckus Cock shredding on top of an amplifier. It's fantastic. I am calling it a aphrodisiac in shirt form. And then, yeah, you're off to the races. So that's not enough. You can also order online, Skip the Dishes, or Uber Eats, and they will hook you right up with all those delicious, amazing wings. Just go to Smitty's, order a plain wing in the memo, put the flavors you want out of the passport. Boom, you're doing it. As well, oh, you don't like my chair? All right, chair's going out. There you go. Our friends over at Super Skills Hockey, brand new Martinsville Rec Center upstairs, looking over the ice surface, doing their thing. We love them so much over there. Superskillshockey.ca is where you can get signed up, and they got the shooting lanes, they got the puck handling area, they even have the ice treadmill all there to help you improve with all your different hockey skills. They have TVs that show the drills you're going to do inside those circuits, if you will, and it's super cool. Again, superskillshockey.ca, get signed up, get your hockey good to go. We are coming upon another event with our friends. We just came off the Elmwood Fall Feast, another super successful, amazing event. Thank you to everybody involved with that. Every year, it gets better and better and better. And it looks like Auntie Susie is going to have a transportation vehicle very soon over at her part of Elmwood, which is going to be fantastic. So thank you to everybody who came out and supported. That was a lot of fun.
No boon yet.
Okay, and now we move on to the next event. I always talk about the big four that I like to do. We do events for the food bank, we do events for the firefighters, we do events for Elmwood, and we do events for Cosmo. Those are the big four that I've always sort of been involved with. And our friends at Cosmo, well, they got a little breakfast coming up. The Spirit of Cosmo breakfast. Always a lot of fun. I say it each and every time we talk about it here. The only time of the year I get up at 6 a.m. to go and do something. And it's always for a great, great cause. CosmoIndustries.com is where you go. November 19th is the day over at Prairieland Park. And when you go to CosmoIndustries.com, you can find the Spirit of Cosmo breakfast within there. And that's where you find all the things you're going to need. Purchase tickets for the breakfast. You can do that there. They also have a silent auction that is active right now. So you can get bidding on all those amazing silent auction items as well. They got 50/50 tickets. Everyone loves 50/50 tickets. We can get in on all of that fun stuff. And then we'll see you at the breakfast again, November 19th, as we'll be giving away another amazing recipient. We'll be giving them the Howard Stensrud Spirit of Cosmo Award. So fun. And I said this as well to the ladies when we were talking earlier at the Elmwood Fall Feast about how these events, man, the reason we love them so incredibly much is because it's the only place you can walk into nowadays, the only one that will make you just feel nothing but love and compassion and empathy. It's unbelievable. And I think it's more noticeable now because it's less noticeable everywhere else you go. When you go to an event like a Spirit of Cosmo breakfast or an Elmwood Fall Feast, you're surrounded by people that are there to support and to give. And you can actually feel that love. And it's like, oh, it's addicting. You get addicted to it because everyone feels so good because we're all doing something really good and important. And I can't stress it enough, man. These events so cool. And finally, mentioned it off the top. And here we are again. I'm going to try to dodge this one. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to our newest family member, Burns Pizza. Look out. Oh, that was close. We have a lot of fun with this one. Well, I got to get lefts and rights done. Burns Pizza, welcome to the team. As it's a pizza you know that we've loved for years and years. That thick pizza. I can't stress this enough. When I found out that Vern's Pizza was at the Co-op gas bars, I started going there. That was my lunch. I go to school, pick up a couple pieces of pizza because I love Vern's Pizza. And it was a bit of a thing around our Nickel household because my mom, she was not a fan of the big, thick Vern's that you know and love so much. My dad and I, big time, always getting Vern's. Mom, not very impressed. And then they got the normal version of the Vern's Pizza. So it's not the big giant one that we love. Maybe you don't like that. They got you covered with the normal sized pizza. And once they got that, Mom was happy. Everyone's happy. And then all the other items on the menu, oh, those ribs and everything, so good. So excited for this Friday, our first Vern's Pizza Party over on the Twitch stream. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to hit that button again right away when we get into the other stuff. But so grateful and thankful to have our friends with Vern's on board as, yeah, we're into the pizza game now. And what a pizza to get in with, am I right? Looking very forward to it. And it's so good. So unbelievably good. And go up Gaspar, man. You don't have to go to the Vern's. Oh, I'm getting hungry now thinking about it. That was the one thing I was worried about is, man, I'm going to be hungry even more every time I talk about Vern's Pizza. So thank you to them, and thank you for joining this incredible family. And we're so grateful that we get to promote your amazing pizzas. So be on the lookout for Friday night over on the Twitch stream. And I'm going to start. You know what? We're going to mix it up today. Right here. This is where you can find it. Twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media. We will be debuting the brand new Friday Night Pizza Party stream as Uncle Brando and yours truly and Phenom will be in the house, maybe some other guests. And we will be venturing into a new game because we just finished Super Metroid. And then we had our super spooky Halloween stream last Friday night where we actually beat Super Castlevania, which is something we've never done before. So that was super cool to be a part of all of that. Mondays as well. Brooks and I were supposed to go today, but we had a bunch of meetings in between. Tomorrow, Brandon and I will be back with Shining Force 3. Joining the party on the screen. Right there. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Shining Force 3, very good. On the, what's not the Dreamcast. Why can't I remember what it's called? Sega CD? No. Sega Saturn. God, thank you, LB. Saving the day. Nobody's doing it on Sega. So look at that Friday Night Pizza Party. So pumped. That looks so good. So join us over on Twitch. It's the best. It's where everyone's going. The new talk. See, when we first started this place, the big question was, where do people go to consume their content? It's like, well, YouTube. That's where you go now. That's where everyone's going. So it's like, okay, we're going to YouTube. It's like, where do people go after that? What's going to be the next thing? Well, it's Twitch. Everyone's going to Twitch. So we're there too. So we like to be ahead of the game. And it's very cool to be able to say that we are, so thank you to everyone involved with that. We also have an email. Now, this email, it also comes with a song that we have created. And I always want to say, before we sing this song, this is the only time in your life you will have a deal that's too good to be true. It's the only time where you're talking to someone who is not representing anything else. There's nothing else going on. It's just us and you. Trying to make the world a better place. No one's here to get rich. There's nobody sitting on a throne taking 9/10 of every single cent coming in. All this money, it just keeps the doors open. We're just here to get comfortable. And we can find a spot for you. As long as you're a good person, you're a good business, you're doing good things, we want you. We have 2 rules here: no dicks, no assholes, and no politics and no religion. After that, come on in. Help us help you. We want to support you. If that feels like something you might be into, maybe you got a fundraiser, you got an organization, you got some big event going on, you got a business that just needs some more eyes and ears, whatever it is, we're here to help. We really are. And we don't want anything in return, just for you to succeed and for us to keep the doors open. I guess we want to keep the doors open. That's the one. My dad always says, well, you can't tell people you don't want money. It's like, well, Dad, I don't want money. I want people to create. And then if there is a little need for it, but we can support that. So we, instead of traditional salespeople coming to you with, there's what we can offer, you can do this, this, or this, we go to you and we say, how much do you have and what do you want to do? And then we figure it out, because everyone deserves an opportunity to do this amazing thing that we do every day here. It's incredible. And as we continue to grow, as we get more Vern's Pizzas, we have huge announcements coming up tomorrow as this place continues to prove that it works and that it's great and that the world is becoming a better place, because we're reminding people the importance of those golden rules. Treat others how you want to be treated. That's it. Just be a good person. If all of this sounds like something that could help you out, please reach out. Just send an email to contact@dufferinav.com. That is the email. This is the theme song with a little sneeze. Thank you, Margaret. Very well done. Bless you. That was you? Oh! That was LB's sneeze. I thought it was a super cute Margaret sneeze. Well, not as cute now. Either way, can I get over here? I really got myself stuck in here. Get out of here. Oh, that was a perfect graphic. I love that. As well, we have a website that has been updated yet again. as Royal Lander is busy. As we continue to grow, we need a bunch more this stuff, a bunch more website stuff, a bunch more graphics, all the fun stuff. Just like the email minus the contact and the @ sign, that's where you will find that website. And it's super easy to use. I made sure. I told Royal Landers I hate emails. Well, I hate those too. I hate websites because everyone makes it so complicated to find the stuff you're looking for. So I said streamline it. It's nice and streamlined. It's got everything you need right in there. And one more time, a huge hello right there. Look at this. Double Burns. Look out. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I'm never going to get that. That's going to be the ongoing gimmick. Vern's Pizza, Friday night pizza party over on Twitch. It's going down as they see that Twitch is where people are going, and we are on it. So thank you again to them for all the amazing awesomeness that is Vern's Pizza. You can pick it up over at Co-op Gas Bars as well. Like, oh, I sit here and I think about all the things I've eaten that have made me sort of not the skinniest guy. And I'm like, man, pizza's got to be one of those go-tos for sure. And to have the one that we love the most. Pizza literally has built this place. You're looking at a bunch of pizza guys. I'm about to eat pizza later. He's got pizza that he ate before. We love pizza. And to have a pizza place believe enough in us to come on board and to be a part of what we're doing, we're so, so grateful and so thankful that is happening. So thank you again to our friends over at Vern's. And we will continue to push that delicious pizza, both the one we know and love, the big dog, and the smaller one, if you don't like the big dogs. So amazingly good. All right, that's some good live reads. We were supposed to get my man Boone in here. He missed last Mondays are tough for him, I think. We're going to have to start talking to him a little bit. He did say we might have to pre-tape, and I told him we had all this other stuff going on. So he might not show up. So with that, I still want to go over a little bit. You want to come back up here? All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, go ahead. Hold on. 18.5 million people watched Game 7 of the World Series from Canada, just in Canada. 45% of the entire nation watched some or all of that baseball game.
And I don't know exactly how they count that. Like, if that's like one person having a watch party and there's actually like 12 people there, like, I don't know how that's counted.
I don't think you're allowed to do that. It's probably like households. They probably take households and like household average.
But yeah.
Something like that. Either way, those are big numbers. Almost half the country tuning in to watch. Like, I'm all in on this World Series, even though it didn't turn out how we wanted. Just the fact that they were there and that they showed all this growth and they showed that they can beat the best in the game. Like, the future is so unbelievably bright. And to know that people got behind it. Like, I can't stress it enough. 92, 93, that's what got us all into baseball. I mean, us all as in us all old people who got to be around for that craziness. Like, right after 92, we were in, man. And then to have 93 happen, it's like, oh, this is going to happen every year. This is the best. And then you got to wait 32 years. And then you finally get back, and there's that new generation, those new LBs out there who have fallen in love with what's going on here. And they're asking questions. They want to know more. It's just, I don't know, man. It's so special to be a part of something like that. And to see my nephew and my niece and to watch a World Series game with my family and just to do all this stuff you don't normally get to do. It was so special. So, again, congratulations to your Toronto Blue Jays. What a year. Incredible, incredible stuff. So still waiting on my main man, Boontis. We'll see if he makes it in, as he's been very, very, very busy today. He did put together another list, which we'll get into a little more on Thursday when he will be back here for sure. But we wanted to talk about the injuries. The injuries in the NFL over the weekend. Boy, oh boy. Jaden Daniels being one of the biggest ones. And I was excited to talk to Boontis about this because the Wing King and I made a trade 2 days before that game. And I traded Jaden Daniels to the Wing King for King Derrick Henry. And then first game on his new team, as in his new Wing King team, he goes down. Dislocated elbow, gruesome injury. Do not look it up. It's horrible, horrible stuff. But he went down, and it looks like he may be gone for the year. It's pretty interesting. But a bunch of big names going down. That's sort of the big thing. Tucker Kraft. Boontis was talking about, that's his guy. he went out and got Tucker Kraft and all of his teams because he knew Tucker Kraft was going to go off. Well, now Tucker Kraft is also hurt, which sucks for him, as he's probably the best tight end in football right now. So that's another one. As it's there's a lot to do. Like him and I talked about these guys because we had them in a bunch. ACL tear for Tucker Kraft, surgery, out for the season, crying emoji. Thanks, Gary, is what he put for the notes of that one. Because I felt bad for him. And last week I lost Cam Scadaboo, my guy who I had on all my teams. So the injuries are adding up. And it says here, Jaden Daniels, no surgery, possibly back for the end of the season, but will they even play when they're 3-6 in Washington right now? So many crazy things going on. I don't want to, get into too many of these things because he has talking points for all of these that we're going to get into. And we'll do that on Thursday when he joins us again. But just to see all these guys go down that are huge parts of our teams, it's so devastating. And it's tough. So it looks like the fantasy season keeps getting harder and harder, but it reminds you of the importance of depth. Depth, very, very, very important when you are doing fantasy football. As far as tonight goes, my favorite team, the Arizona Cardinals. You want to talk about it being tough? It's tough. Being a Cardinals fan. Yeah, the one Super Bowl that they should have won, that they did win, but everyone seems to think that's Antonio Holmes' foot touched, and that's fine. Maybe stop James Harrison from a 99-yard interception return to go into the half. Like, there's a lot of things from that World Series. I still got my head in baseball from that Super Bowl. But besides that, being a Cards fan sucks. Since, 96, I think, when Jake the Snake Plumber came out of Arizona State, he got drafted by the Cardinals. I said, well, this guy's name is Plumber. Like, my dad's a plumber. I think I like this guy. And his name's Jake the Snake. That's super cool. So that got me into Cardinals fandom, and it's been miserable ever since. So with that in mind, we got a Cardinals game tonight. Playing the backup quarterback, Jacoby Brissett, as Kyler Murray is, he's not officially out. He's just not quite back yet, so they said they might run him in a couple of situations, which is weird enough on its own. But the Cards are in Dallas. They're in Jerryland, home of the America's team, they call them, the Dallas Cowboys. And if you want to talk about a surefire victory for a Dallas team, this is it. Because you got a Cardinals team that just hasn't been able to figure it out. It's going to be pretty ugly. And not only that, a bunch of guys got Dallas Cowboys on their teams, in their drafts. So another thing we like to talk about is who needs to go off tonight. And I got a really fun one here as I'm taking on my main man, Queener. Shout out to Queener. And he's got George Pickens and Trey McBride to go tonight. And I am leading him by 5 points. So he will get his 5 points within the first minute of tonight's game. And then that'll be it. Another loss for yours truly in our high-stakes league and one step closer to the basement, which will be very sad. I was hoping that Boontis could sort of cheer me up a little bit with all that. Unfortunately, he cannot. So I will continue to power through all this, and we'll see how it all goes. Do you know what I just realized? Time change. I wonder if he got time changed. By the way, time change happened. So he's probably going to hop on here an hour from now and be like, oh, where are you? I'll have to let him know. And yeah, time change. I imagine all radio stations, all TV stations, a lot of places we have a tough time today with their guests. If any of my past history as being a producer has taught me, be aware of your time changes. Very, very, very important. So something to think about there as we continue here on the Monday edition of your show. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. I want to go back to the baseball game a little bit because, you want to talk about bringing people together. The amount of texts I was receiving throughout this World Series made me so happy. So many people were watching baseball. And to know that those fans are going to be fans for a long time. No one's going to forget that. This was, I know they didn't win, but this was a win for the Jays. And to know that they're young and you're going to have, starting lineup for next year, just something to think about. Your pitching rotation. You got Trey Savage in there. You got Shane Bieber in there. You got Kevin Gausman in there. Apparently Bassett might be coming back. Maybe Scherzer even. Who knows? He's 41, but he's still, as you can tell, he's still got it. The guy can still pitch. He's the mad professor, Mad Max, if you will. to see that rotation coming in Eric Lauer. And like, they got guys. The bullpen showed up. Like, look at that bullpen that they rolled out. Eventually, they figured it out. Sir Anthony Dominguez and Louis Varland. All these names that no one ever talked about. Then you look at this team on the field. You got Kirky. Everyone loves him some Kirky. Hello, Kirky. You got Vladdy. Does Bo come back? That's the big question mark. If Bo doesn't come back, I'm a little bit worried because I'm the guy who's been pushing for Bo. All this guy's done is lead the American League in hits like 3 out of the last 5 seasons. He was leading again by like 30 before he got hurt this year. He was going to do it again. But people still seem to talk this guy down. Even after hitting that freaking incredible home run with one leg, still there's people that don't give him the respect he deserves. And it's not just as that hitter or as that defensive player, but as that role guy. He's a glue guy. Him and Vladdy came up together, man. They're best friends. They're brothers. You cannot let Bo Bichette rock. That's the biggest thing that will be talked about until this season starts next year. But yeah, you have to sign Bo Bichette. That's a must. And then once you do that, maybe move him to 2 because Jimenez looks pretty good at short. I think we can all agree there. Big Ernie Clement, that's a starter now. Addison Barger, he's a starter now. You got Santander back. He's a starter. You got Varsho in the outfield, center field. You saw the defense. I know the bats sort of, I think he went 0 for 13 the last 2 games. Game 6 and Game 7, which sucks, but he also made game-saving catches and defensive plays. That's what he does. So to have that outfield back, then you got George Springer back. New. George he's a new guy. DHing? Boy, he loves DHing, I'll tell you that. Just to look at that lineup and to know that that's coming back. Incredible stuff. The future is so unbelievably bright for this Toronto Blue Jays team. I want to thank them for bringing not just a country together, but bringing families together. Like, think about how many families got together and watched these games. Like we did it ourselves. And it takes a lot to get families together. So it was unbelievable to have that moment, to be able to talk about pitching stances and pickoff moves and stuff like that with my nephew who just came from baseball to come watch the baseball game with us. Those little things that no one talks about. It's so grateful, man. So happy that people got, a little taste of what all of us diehard baseball guys have been loving for so long. Unbelievable. So huge thank you to baseball, and more specifically the Toronto Blue Jays. As they'll be back next year. I promise you. They got to make the playoffs. Like, this team was so good when no one expected them to be, and that's a good sign. Go Jays, go. It's all good. Let's go ahead and wake up Frankie there, LB, and we'll get out of here for this Monday. As huge thank you to my man Ian Goodwillie, best in the biz, talking some basketball, as it is now basketball season. Go Raptors, even though they're not very good right now. They had a hot start and then sort of fell off. And it just dawned on me, the fact that we get to sit here and we have a guy that comes in and talks basketball. We got a whole day dedicated to baseball every Wednesday around here, and then other sports. And then we have a day like tomorrow with the All That Angst podcast, where we talk about the greatest decade ever, the 90s. Yeah, including those 92, 93 Blue Jays teams. We'll be talking about those tomorrow. Do not worry. And then, we get to check in with CTV's Matt Young, talk video games. We get to talk video games on this show. Everything we love, we have a spot for here on your show. And it makes me so proud. We get to check in with friends from different places in the world. And Friday, we have a Friday Fun Table where we just hang out, have fun, and do some fun trivia and talk about life. This show, your show, I truly believe is the best show going right now. If you're looking for local content, you want to know what's going on and you want to hang out with some really nice people, this is what it is, man. And none of it happens without you. This is what we're saying. So thank you so much to you for continuing to allow us to keep chasing these dreams and to keep reminding people the importance of treating others how you want to be treated. Be a good person, man. That's how you get back. Huge announcement tomorrow. Very pumped for this. Be on the lookout for media releases, as we'll be putting them out on our socials as well. But it's another huge day for this incredible place, and I can't stress it enough. I never thought in a billion years I'd ever be able to do something like this for a living. So thank you. Very cool. Very, very cool. Until then, enjoy football tonight. Again, time change, so it'll be 7 o'clock, not 6 o'clock. That's good. And Cowboys against the Cards. As a diehard Cards fan, it's going to be a tough watch, but here we are. Go Cards, go. And then tomorrow we'll be back with the All Out of Angst podcast. I have a special guest coming in for that and so much more. This is the thing. When you go live, anything can happen, man. Friday night pizza party. this Friday. The first one is going to be so much fun. Thanks to our friends over at Burns Pizza. Can't wait to get into some burn. So there you go. Another show in the books. It's crazy, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. And keep doing those good things, all right? I promise you, it'll work out. This will all work out. We love you. Have a great rest of your Monday.